Hi, it's me again with Corel Tips and Tricks Part 4. I stated in Part 3 that I made another copy because I was going to try something else just to see what it looked like. So I'm going to hit P, put that in the center of the page. But this time I'm going to use just a different look, and I'm going to go to my polygon. Well, I'm going to actually go to the star tool, and I'm going to start with a six-sided star. So it'll be in the center of the page, and then I'm going to hit P. And that might really work. I'm going to hold down the shift key so it'll grow from the inside out. And this way, they wouldn't all have to be touching. Um, that looks pretty good. So what the advantage on this is, we can grab this and go back minus front. No, we can't. Go front minus back. Huh. Let's try welding. Welding should work. There we go. See, I still have to cut out some of the parts. There might be some double lines. But if we cut out all these parts, I think this is going to look pretty cool, especially as a pattern. So I want to get rid of all these extra lines. Let me zoom in here a little bit. And now let's see what it looks like. I think it's going to mimic that pretty good. So let's turn that all blue. That's pretty cool. And by what we did, the only disadvantage in there's not going to be any variance of color. Well, we could do this and then make these. So now my interactive part has gone away. But since these are equal, we could put red here, red there, and red there. Now let's group this all together, Control G, make it that board. Make sure your nudge factor is set on 4 inches. That's going to look pretty cool. I like it now that there's more really blue than red. Kind of makes the red stand out. But that, you could use any item inside there. You know what? That was so much fun. Here's a good trick. I'm going to make a duplicate of that. Well, I wish I had to. Okay, here's what you can do. Let's copy all this, and then let's back up till we have that original. And by doing that, just a second, when I get rid of this star, I don't want the original. By making a copy, I can right click and now paste, and I still have my artwork from the first one. Let's move this out of the way so I can group it and move it out of the way. Now, I just want to try one more thing. This is a fill, and we could take the Smart Fill tool and fill that in, move that out of the way, and then we could left click, right click, and let's go to Object Contour, and let's contour to the inside. Let's say, let's see how big this thing is first. Well, that's 3 inches, so we can contour to the inside, let's say 1/4 of an inch, like 3 times. And we're going to get that. Now, I'm using rounded corners, and that would look pretty cool, but I'm going to back up, and I'm going to go with square corners. And now it's more like that. Now, what I'm going to do is go ahead and break the contour part, take our outer one. Well, that's the outer one. That isn't going to really matter. We could just, and it doesn't have to be connected. Like in this case. Let's see what this looks like with the Smart Fill tool. This is maybe going to look better. We'll make all the extremities red, and then we're going to make the other box blue. That way we can see the interlocking fill, and we'll go ahead and make that blue. And I really should have gone more than once. You know what we could do? Let's just make, there we go. Let me back up. Let's make this blue, and then make the center one red. There we go. Look at that. Make it that 4 inches. Control D to make a duplicate. And if you didn't follow along with the first couple, because it's square and because it's equal, that all those are going to be joined together. And you could still go further in. I'm not going to do it. You could add stuff kind of into here that would continue the graphic. Anyway, I hope that gave you an idea or two, and thank you for watching.